Welcome to your Love and Money webinar primer. Now today guys, I'm going to talk to you about 4 things to get you prepared for this webinar. Okay, so number 1, I'm going to talk to you about a syndrome that a lot of people have that I actually know. And I've actually had this syndrome myself. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's called the Gunner syndrome. The Gunner syndrome. The Gunner syndrome. Now, when you overcome with this syndrome, you actually start having big dreams about things that you want to do. And you hope that you're going to win lottery one day. Now, unfortunately with Gunner syndrome, it is exactly that. The Gunner syndrome. Problem with that is that you never actually do. So, I've had a lot of people in my life that I've had to just not pay attention to because they're always going to do this and they're going to do that. So I want to ask you, are you a gunner? Are you one of those people that sit around hoping that you're going to win lotto one day and you're going to go to Europe and one day you're going to move to the coast? When the truth is that there is a remedy for Gunner syndrome, and that's actually fucking doing something. So making a decision that you are going to do it. Because the more time that you actually sit around thinking about it and wishing it would happen, you're not taking action. You're not doing anything about it. You're actually just sitting on your ass day in, day out. Boring job that you're really over. Your boss you don't get along very well with. You know that you're above what you're doing. But you still keep doing it because you're just stuck in a comfort zone, stuck in a rut. So how do you get out of that? Well, write 3 things down that you keep saying you're going to do. Okay? And then underneath that, I would like you to write the next step that you're going to take to actually start working towards those things. So pause the video now. Number 2, dream stealers. Now, I don't know if you've actually ever heard of this term before, but a dream stealer is one of those well-meaning people in your life that they start to see you change and they see that you're starting to evolve and develop into a different kind of person because you actually don't want to be a gunner anymore. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the saying, sleep with dogs, you get fleas. So, everyone around you has possibly got Gunner syndrome as well. So if you're spending all of your time with these people and you want something different, you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to get out of that. Now, unfortunately, dream stealers can be some of the people that are closest to you, like your parents, siblings, your best friends. Now, the problem with the dream stealer is that they don't want you to make changes in your life because then it means that they have to change and it scares the shit out of them. And what they're also doing is projecting onto you what they can't do or what they think that is the wrong way to go because it goes against their values. And if you wanted to earn more money, it would make you rich and a yuppie and greedy. When really you just want to set yourself up. If you want to actually start finding a great person to be with and you've got people around you giving you a hard time about being soft and wanting a relationship, then again, they're trying to pull you down, okay? And they will do everything that they possibly can to kick and scream and manipulate their way into your brain so that you actually don't do that thing that you want to do. So you're going to make a decision here. Now, are you going to listen to these people? Are you going to keep being pulled down? Or are you actually going to start surrounding yourself with people that want something different, that are positive, that are open-minded and want to actually make changes in their own lives? Now, I'm not saying piss off your family or piss off your friends, but being aware of what they're doing is going to make a massive difference to you and in how you actually fulfill your dreams. Okay, so number 3. Now, in order for you to actually be able to make these changes, you've got to figure out what you want. So, what do you want? Okay? And, you know, I always think it's important to dream big. Do you want to be earning 10 grand a week in October? Do you want to be doing something that you love doing and not have to work for someone else? Making your own decisions, getting out of bed whenever the fuck you like? If you want to be making good money, then you've got to have a plan on how you're going to do that. So, how would you like to start making more money? How would you like to bring more abundance into your life? And I don't mean abundance in some flim-flam way. I actually mean that you do have to work. You do have to work hard to get these things. But compared to what you're doing day to day now in your own job, working your ass off, waiting to get paid every week or fortnight or month, fuck that. Why do that when you can actually, you might as well work hard for something that you actually love doing rather than bullshitting around, chasing after somebody else trying to please them. And in the relationship side, like, what do you want in that? So do you want a relationship, or do you want to just be more comfortable with the opposite sex, where, you know, you can be out and about and be comfortable enough to actually approach them and have a conversation and attract them and make them interested in you? Or are you looking to get married and have a family? Do you want to find someone that's your best mate as well as your lover, who wants all of the same things that you want? Or is it just finding some more confidence? So, you know, getting to a point where you can't even recognize your former self because you're so happy with who you are and with how you're feeling and in the way that other people are drawn to you because of that confidence. So having those things, what do they mean to you? So what I'd like you to do is pause the video again and write this down. So you want to have a really good think about, what do you want in terms of income? What do you want in terms of how you'd like to help people or solve problems? So with what you know, what would you like to do and what would you like to help people the most with? With relationship, what kind of person, you know? Are they sporty and active? Do they just enjoy chilling out at home with some wine and pizza? What sort of person do you want? So get quite clear on that as well. And also with your confidence, write down why you would like to be more confident and what aspects of confidence, what aspects of yourself would you like to change? What bad habits do you have that you really, really want to break? Like chasing after bad people or, you know, eating bad food, or, you know, what do you need to do to become more confident? So pause the video now. Four. Now, if you had a bit of trouble writing the last bit down, so if you had a bit of trouble writing down the things that you want in your life, this could be why. Now, I don't know if you know much about the concept of beliefs, and that we are all just a bunch of beliefs about how we do things, and that our beliefs affect how we behave, how we think, and also, you know, how we're actually living our lives right now. So if you look at where you're at, then a bunch of beliefs that you've had about yourself have quite possibly kept you where you are right now. So what we want to do is actually break some of that stuff, because if you think that wanting money is greedy, then you really need to have a look at what beliefs you've got going on that stop you from drawing money in. So if you're living week to week and you got, you know, you get paid on Thursday and after the weekend on Monday you got $10 left, the beliefs that you have around money need to be reviewed. So you actually need to look at, okay, well, why does this shit keep happening? Okay? And you might not even go out that much. You might not actually spend that much money on fun shit. It might all go towards bills. So keeping on this cycle is going to just keep you on this cycle. It's never going to end until you start adjusting some of those things in your head. So there's also something called limiting beliefs, which I've just sort of talked about. But limiting beliefs are those things that keep you where you are. What drew you to my ad in the first place is these limiting beliefs that I don't have enough money and I could never attract the right kind of person. I'm not good enough. All of these negative things that you have about yourself, which really, they're just stories. So who you are actually isn't really what you think of yourself, but you've created that in your own mind, because thoughts, feelings and actions are all linked. So have you ever seen a person walk down the street and they're slumped over like this? Shoulders are down, their head's down, they're looking at the ground, hair in front of their face. Now, do they look happy to you? But the truth is that we all know that when we see someone like that, they're depressed. They have a lot going on in here that's causing them to actually behave outwardly in this way with their body language. You know, when you would speak to them, more than likely their speech would be quite slow. Yeah, I'm all right. That sort of thing. But when you see someone that's walking around, their shoulders are up, they're confident, straight ahead looking, what do you think of that? I don't think they're sad. You know, their confidence comes out in what they're saying and the way they're saying it and in the way they carry themselves. So their voice tone is a lot stronger and a lot higher and more uplifting and more varied as well. So what I'd like you to do now is actually write down 5 limiting beliefs that you have. So pause this video and write down 5 things that you think are stopping you from getting from point A where you are right now to point B where you want to be. So pause now. So how did you go? Awesome. Right, so webinar this week. Very exciting. Can't wait to actually see you on there. And you'll be able to ask me any questions that you want. So we'll go through the steps. It will possibly take an hour and a half to 2 hours. So block out that time because it's going to be really valuable for you. And until then, have a cracker of a day.